Take it out to Luke Cleary. He is on the fire lines near them, near Highway 50 at Echo Summit. Luke?
Hi, Walt. And we listened in this morning at the operational briefing from Cal Fire. We heard from a safety officer who said that the tempo of this fire has increased in recent days. The tempo of evacuation warnings and orders that are marching east, and the tempo of these red flag warnings, and just the spotting of fires far out in front of the head of it. And as someone who has been here for the last 6 days with photojournalist Andrea Escatini, who's behind the lens right now, we can certainly tell you that is the case. The tempo of this is really picking up speed. A perfect example of that, last night we were at the staging ground, a temporary one that was at Sierra Tahoe Resort. Lots of dozer crews, fire crews were there just before they had to leave because we could see spot fires pretty close in the distance, smoke. We had to leave for two reasons. For one, our safety. For two, the fact that a cell tower went down. We were not able to bring you a live report there. So as we came down, we knew that we just had to go back. Today, we finally got the chance to do that this morning. Here's what we found. So we are now leaving Sierra Tahoe Resort. We weren't sure what we would find because on the way up, you could see all of these trees that have burned, some of them right down to the trunk. In some cases, we saw trees laying over, and a few still active flames, not many though, along the way. When we arrived, the first thing that we saw was the administrative offices. That building seemed to be pretty well intact, and as we drove around the grounds, we saw another shop that looked pretty good. We spoke with the U.S. Forest Service, and they told us that they'd only seen a few spot fires here and there igniting on the slopes, a few trees on the slopes torched overnight, but that they had it pretty well under control. The buildings here, the main lodge, the administrative offices all appear to be standing. Snow guns still blowing water at the structures in order to help protect them. We see the Easy Rider Express among other chairlifts still intact. One thing that is really worrying to me right now is that this fire is burning here. So we're going to go check with the U.S. Forest Service firefighters who are on scene right now and see if this is something that they should be attending to. So the U.S. Forest Service just told me that they are keeping a close eye on that, but with those heavy fuels, it would take a lot of water to extinguish. And since it's not close to any structures, they're just going to be keeping an eye on it for now. And Walt, I should clarify that those U.S. Forest Service firefighters that we spoke with are not authorized public information officers, so we don't have official word yet about whether or not there are any structures at all that were destroyed at the Sierra Tahoe Resort. But what I can tell you, with our eyes on the ground, from what we could see, not a single building destroyed to our knowledge. We also checked on a couple of homes in Phillips Station, although we've been in touch now. Just now we let the owner of that home know that her house is in good shape. A number of other properties, cabins, a number of other buildings on the property, cabins and such, all look to be pretty good, but we promised to make sure to get her permission before we show those to you on air, and we fully intend to keep our word on that. So we'll be here just getting as far as we can in here, but with the cell tower still down, it's difficult to bring you these live reports. We'll do the best that we can.
Yeah, that's an important point, Luke. We're getting our live signal where we can get it, and that was dramatic video that you showed us there in terms of if everybody had a snow gun like Sierra at Tahoe, the areas that were saved, and then right next to it, burning.
Right, and I should also mention then, on the road, Highway 50, from this point to Phillips Station, which anyone familiar with this area would know, that's where the Sierra at Tahoe turnoff is. We did not get any eyes on any cabins that were destroyed, any houses that were destroyed. Everything that we saw looked good from here to there. I mean, this is not a comprehensive report. This is, this is just what we could see in the last 15 minutes or so.
Right, a random sampling, but people are listening for what you just said, Luke, because they have property along that line. They don't know what the status of their cabins are.
Yes.
And if you did a quick drive-by, drive-through there.
Right. And we have seen video of some cabins burning down west of there. but we have not been able to get that far out just yet because we've got to go out, come back here for signal to meet with you and tell you what we found.
Right.
So those are some of the challenges that we have here on the ground.
Luke Cleary, we thank you very much. Luke Cleary with the very latest Sierra at Tahoe.